Ian McDiarmid! Ian.
Hi.
Ian. That laugh at the end of the trailer, Ian.
Oh, yeah.
The laugh at the end of the trailer, everybody.
Well, I have to be honest with you. I was in the area, so I thought the least I could do is to pop in for a laugh.
Yeah.
So
This was such an unexpected moment.
I know, it shocked me. But we deal, as you know, in Star Wars, they're very good at dealing in unexpected moments the whole time.
Yes.
And secrets are a big thing. And nobody really ever knows what anybody else is doing. That's always been the story of the pictures. You know, different scripts, false scripts, sometimes no scripts at all. Turn out the lines you've learned to be completely rewritten. Because an area of mystery is always a great thing to have when you're telling a great story. And that certainly continues, apparently.
Yeah, of course, and it's harder and harder to keep things under wraps these days.
Yes, it is. It is. It's almost impossible. You know, here we are. You've all got your phones. That's fine. You know, I can't step out the front door, you know, and pick up the milk, but it suddenly comes a moment in somebody else's history. So, but J.J. Abrams is a marvelous director and an interesting man, and he also likes a good tease. So I was very happy to be part of the tease the other morning.
Yes, and of course you you also returned to the Emperor recently for Rebels a little bit.
Yes, I did. I did that. It was fun. It was the last one in that particular series, and Dave Filoni said, will you just come in and do it? So I was in a studio in London, in Soho, and he was in LA, and I sent the monster down the line.
I love it. And, you know, obviously, that laugh got such a huge, huge reaction in the room.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I know. I was almost literally blown away, straight back into the wings. No, it was fantastic. But it was nice just to walk on and say absolutely nothing, except the phrase, roll it again, in his voice. And yeah, there you go. And as you know, there are a lot of very famous Star Wars quotes, and when people come to the table, they usually ask for one. Do it is the favorite.
Yes!
And...
now, you know, I've told you before, that's our favorite one at the Star Wars show office.
I know, it's great. And who would ever have thought it? When we filmed that scene, Christopher Lee, Hayden Christensen, and me, when, of course, I tell him to do a terrible thing. And we did a lot of takes, and I did it in various ways. And the one that George actually used was when I'd sort of done it for 50 times. And I thought, oh, for God's sake, do it. And he went... that's the one. And the rest is sort of history. But the phrase that seems to be taking over at the table is now, roll it again. Which what I liked, and like everybody else, I had no idea what the title was. They did let me into a secret that the Emperor might be laughing, but I have to tell you that that particular laugh was not specially recorded. They found it somewhere, probably from one of the old movies or in a digital vault or maybe George's iPhone. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
But,
you've just added yet another layer of mystery to everything now.
There you go. So they said, what I liked about it, though, that's why I think it is a real tease. I mean, the new title, Rise of the Skywalkers, is wonderful. And then from the past, maybe from hell, a laughter comes, which sort of implies, yeah, right. So, in other words, Skywalkers rising? I don't think so.
And as a moment that got such a huge reaction, I mean, is it surprising to you at all how much people have taken the Emperor to heart? How many people just love the evil Emperor of the universe so much?
It really has surprised me. Yeah, I know. I sort of, in one sense, look at you guys, you're being so kind, but in one sense I feel I've failed because you're supposed to hate me. That is my function. I don't know, in all of those films, to be really detestable, impossible, and say things like, I won't do it in his voice, execute Order 66. I mean, you can't get much worse than that, can you? And I was in Las Vegas for something, and I was walking, we were in the Venetian, you know, the whole complex there, and there was a, guy plying his gondola, and he went, Emperor Palpatine, we love you. I said, no, you should hate me. But we don't. We love you. So I think, all of these other lovable characters suddenly have competition from the worst evil creature that ever cinema created. What does that say about your psychology, ladies and gentlemen?
When you're walking around a hotel like that and you don't want to get recognized, most people get to put up their hood, but you don't get to do that, do you?
No. I was early on when I was in the movies, and people are around looking after you and so on, and they say, well, we don't want you to be recognized because, it's embarrassing for everybody, and particularly you, so we brought this black coat and a hood. And it works for everyone in the universe except me, And as we know, the nose always sticks out, which is why I got the part in the first place.
Something that I think is really wonderful is just the massive change and the arc in the character of Palpatine from the original trilogy to the prequels. Of course, when you watch it chronologically, it's amazing to see. How do you sort of approach playing a character like Palpatine that is really just two different people at all times?
Yeah. Well, when George first cast me in Return of the Jedi, and then again in the one we've been celebrating this morning, The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Once again, yeah. Once again, there's a series of surprises. When my agent told me after my brief meeting with George and Richard Markman that I got the part, I didn't know what the part was. And I said, what's the part? And he went, oh, and looked through his notes and said, he's called the Emperor of the Universe. I went, okay. I guess we'll be doing it then. And from then on, it's been a surprise. And then when George asked me to do the film I've just mentioned, number one, he said, you would be playing a much younger version, in fact, probably about your own age, of the character who eventually becomes the Emperor. And at the moment, he's just a sort of career politician and quite a regular guy. And, it doesn't call for much other than just saying the lines. And then he said, but there's this other part, there's this dark, mysterious, etc., which, of course, turned out to be Darth Sidious. But when I turned up on the 2 days before for a makeup test or something, I saw on the call sheet my name and number opposite a character called Darth Sidious. And Lucasfilm are very careful people. They never really make a mistake. But I thought, this is really bad. So I pointed it out to somebody, and they went, oh, no, it's you. So suddenly I was confronted with a very enjoyable piece of information that I was both an apparently straightforward politician and this evil monster who'd been working in the background for so many years and will continue to do so. And you probably heard it, but I like saying it again. I know he doesn't mind. But as usual, nobody else in the film, apart from Ray, of course, knew about Darth Sidious or that I was playing him. And when we had the premiere in London, Liam was there, looked at me and said, Ian, it was you bastard. And I love those secrets, though. And the thing about, we all love secrets, too. We're always trying to find out, what's behind them and so on. But we love the mystery, and we love the great moments of revelation. And people seem to think we had one the other morning.
I think we did.
Which
I know you can't say anything.
But the headline of that whole that whole panel, and indeed the trailer, is the word tease. So don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
Have a laugh about it.
Well, we are very excited to see exactly what we are being teased about and maybe
know.
what is coming up in the future. And of course, we are always excited to have you by our stage. Ian McDiarmid, thank you so
Thanks
much
so
for
much.
coming
Great
by.
to see you.
Thank you, sir. We have much more from Star Wars Celebration. Keep it locked here because the Star Wars Show Live is coming right back in just a moment. Stay tuned.